All right, welcome to International Soccer Break. I'm your host Sahil, and we are live from Miami today. Rahi,
I
Beautiful.
am I am in Miami.
Miami.
I'm in Miami.
Oh, he actually is. Yeah, I thought that was
yeah,
a joke. Okay.
No, I actually
Yeah.
am. I actually am. The the
Not
the
for anything
place.
soccer related.
No.
Something lame,
I
isn't it?
came for a pilgrimage to see the Son of God himself. That's why I arrived in Miami. But no, I mean
Okay.
it was
Sure.
an incredible evening. Roy, you promised you'd be dancing. There's a lack of dancing here going on.
Can we
Unless
restart
that
the
is your
video?
dancing.
Damn
If
it.
that is your dancing,
The
then it's a little
song.
unimpressive.
so what happened the night of
There it is.
Messi
See that?
claiming the trophy in Miami? What was the scene like? Give us the breakdown.
David Beckham was hugging everybody in sight. David Beckham would have hugged you and me. It would have hugged anybody. David Beckham probably would have hugged, well, certainly Phil Neville, even though he's no longer the coach, but a very good friend of David Beckham's. The guy was very happy. Everyone was very happy. And it was an incredible evening in many ways because there was just this air of happiness around. Messi felt like he was a kid at recess, and he just got a bag of candy or something.
Beautiful.
Everyone, I understand this was in Nashville and the home team lost, but everybody else in the country was rooting for this result to happen. It was just a fun night.
The clubs were lit or what?
The clubs were lit. I cannot tell you where I spent the rest of the evening, but let me tell you, it was lit.
You
Sounds
spent the evening in your hotel room. You didn't go to any
that's
club.
why.
And that's what you did. Yeah. He was video calling me at 10:15 p.m. A little sad.
Yeah. Okay, Roycito. What were you doing to celebrate this momentous occasion?
Listen, man, saw the game with my family, my mom, my pops, a few buddies. It was an extraordinary experience. It felt his face when they scored the final World Cup. Watch his face. It was the same face he made before Montiel scored the final penalty.
First of all, you
kick
said World
against
Cup.
France.
It's the League's Cup. It's entirely different.
It all
And there's
mixes
no way he
together
made
for
the
me.
same faces
It
when
felt
Montiel scored.
So
You-
good.
You
Listen
can't-
to me, damn it. The face he made before that final penalty kick was the same face he made in the World Cup. Leagues Cup, World Cup. He is feeling it with Miami. He is loving it in Miami. He is happy. And as you said, Rocky, he's feeling like a kid playing in the schoolyard once again. And it brings me such immense joy to see him happy and to see him enjoying the game and turning to his family and celebrating with his kids and his wife every time he scores. How can you not love this? How could you not love this guy? How could you continue to complain and talk about, oh, but MLS defenders, oh, but it's a bad league? Just shut up. Just be quiet. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the greatest player of all time in our league. It is idiotic and totally stupid to be complaining about MLS defenses when this is what we're witnessing. That goal was magic. It was pure magic.
Okay, let's talk about
Unbelievable.
let's talk about the game a
Come
little
on,
bit
man.
for those
You were
of
the
you who
one
didn't.
complaining about that very thing.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't know who he's complaining, but this show definitely had some things about that. But we have changed. We're changed after this weekend. But no, so it was actually a very entertaining game overall. Both teams had a chance to win it actually in regulation at the end. Some pretty point blank chances, by either team.
Yeah.
Try to win it. Yeah.
No, it was an incredible game. Let's give credit to Nashville. Let's give credit to Nashville because we talked about an MLS team showing up and actually playing the way they normally play. And Nashville played the way they normally play. That is, they were tight, they were organized. Yes, they gave up a goal to an incredible move by Messi, right? And again, then the second half, Nashville was compact. They took their chance when they needed to. Fafa Picault, the Haitian man himself. But in the end, I think it was a fair result. Tata said the same thing at the end of the game. 1-1's a fair result. It was a fair result. And the penalties went back and forth. And Drake himself nailing that final penalty, then stepping on the other side and making the save, Mr. Drake Calendar. It was cool. It was fun to see. It was a fair result. It was luck in penalties as it always is, but you just knew that they were going to win, right?
I thought the penalties were pretty good. Roy, what were you feeling during the penalties? I thought those were pretty high quality penalties. I can't think of a soccer game I've seen recently where so many people actually made their penalties.
It was incredible, man. It was upper corner. It was lower corner. It was 150-mile-per-hour penalties. It was an incredible penalty kick shootout that matched an incredible game. Like Rocky said, Nashville came to win this game. They looked better for long stretches.
Yeah.
Hani Mukhtar freaking showed up, man. Hani, man, whatever. Hani, I've heard both. So I'm going to stick with my Hani on this one. So Mukhtar showed up. He looked like an absolute beast. He got that big hug from Messi at the end of the game. I thought it was an extraordinary game.
So in the end, despite all of Nashville's effort and credit to them, Messi gets it done. He wins the League's Cup, and that's a fantastic achievement as just a start. Just the week prior, there was another gentleman who also registered his first trophy for his club, and that would be a certain Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who?
Yeah, he's a
talk
guy
about
named Cristiano Ronaldo. He plays soccer once in a while. He won the Arab Clubs Champions Cup with Al Nassr. It's a tournament that basically has association clubs from various countries around the Arab
But the
region.
MENA area. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's incredible because it's actually almost the equivalent of the Leagues Cup. I mean, the Leagues Cup, yes, is just the US and Mexico. But it's also this pre the Saudi Pro League starting. It's a tournament that in many ways mirrors what we just saw in the Leagues Cup. So it's as if someone planned this, right? This head-to-head comparison.
Interesting.
It's there's some sinister forces at play here because we've got these two tournaments almost lined up perfectly, which the only logical next step is a Super Cup. Winner of the Arab Club Championship against the winner of the Leagues Cup. That should be the logical next step.
That 100% should be the logical next step.
But it was
Brozovic, Mane, and Ronaldo versus Busquets, Alba, and Messi.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you freaking imagine?
No,
what a tournament that would be.
It would be incredible. It would be incredible. But by the way, Ronaldo's win in this final was against Al Hilal, who's the most successful team, if I'm not mistaken, in Saudi Arabian Pro League. It was also his team being down a man. He scores the goal to tie the game. Then he scores the goal in extra time to win the game, being down to 10 men as well. So it's really impressive solo effort in many ways.
Yeah. So that gets us to the question of the day. The onside offside topic is Ronaldo's cup win, just given what we talked about and the efforts that he made, was better than Messi's. Who wants to start this off?
Go for it, Rocky. You got that face. You got that mischievous face on. Do it, buddy.
Ooh, Roy's a little worried about this one, and some of the Messi fans out there, which is most of the world, is worried about this. But you shouldn't be worried. This, my friends, is offsides. It is offsides only because of what the feeling around this victory is, and I'll explain that. Individually, Ronaldo winning this title is very impressive. You compare the teams, they're almost equally talented, right? Brozovic, Sadio Mane, then you have Busquets, Jordi Alba. Maybe it's a wash, right? They're both all excellent players added to what were before that mediocre teams. Ronaldo winning this on his own, scoring the goal when he did, very impressive. But it's really Ronaldo, it feels like this is coming out of a place of anger, out of a place of retribution. Messi's win, there's a feeling of happiness, a feeling of joy, something about the way this club has performed over the past few weeks. It just feels like there's a lightness. The world wants this to happen. And yes, we have a bias. We're here in the US. But there's real positivity around this Messi victory. There's real positivity around his club, real positivity around the players. They all have this aura, the Messi aura. And there's a glow in Miami. David Beckham's there, DJ Khaled. I mean, it just feels different. It feels like a joyous victory. And for that reason, I'm going offside on this topic, onside on the fact that Messi's win is more impressive. This is not logical. It's not rational. It's purely emotional. And that's why I'm going this way.
Offside. Roycito, I already know how you're going to answer this, but let's hear it.
I'm going to go onside. I thought Ronaldo's win was very impressive. No, absolutely not. Listen, let's give credit to Ronaldo. A little round of applause for Ronaldo. 2 goals in a final when you're down to 10 men, and then he goes off. I believe he went off in a stretcher. That is very, very impressive.
Well, he does that every time that they win titles. Remember the Portugal did that as well.
It's
Euro 2016.
Euro 2016.
As he gets carried off the field. Yeah. So that was incredibly impressive, and he deserves tremendous credit for what he did in that game. But in 7 games, what Messi has done for the sport in this country, for Inter Miami, for himself, for fans of the game, is immeasurable. He scored 10 games in 7 games, 10 goals in 7 games, which surpasses Ronaldo's 6 and 6. He had 4 assists in those 7 games. More than half of the goals were the kind of goals that you're just watching and you cannot believe what you've just witnessed. Sometimes because the defender does something absolutely insane and scores an own goal, but the goals he scored, the free kicks he scored, the one he scored, the curler against Nashville, absolutely outstanding. And it was such an emotional, as you say, Rocky, it was emotional. You see David Beckham crying in the stand. You see Messi running to his family. You see Messi just overjoyed, like a kid in the schoolyard. It was such a beautiful tournament. It was incredible to see him enjoying the game once again with the pressure more or less off his shoulders, which is a good thing for Messi. He's lived his entire life with pressure and hate from Argentinians and hate from the Federation. And now he's enjoying his game, and we got to watch that. And it was incredible. There's no way that Ronaldo's win compares to that. In terms of impressive final, sure, Ronaldo's 2 goals in extra time, that's very impressive. Maybe if we compare the finals, I would pick that one. But overall, there's no freaking way we could compare these two. Messi all the way, 1,000,000,000%. We're offside on this.
Okay.
Mic drop.
And now for the first unanimous onside offside topic, I think that we've ever had, I am going
Say it.
offside on
God,
this. Yes.
took you long enough.
Messi, yeah, look, I mean, I think Ronaldo, he's got his first championship there, and it's set up a very interesting trajectory now, as both of them will track both of their progress to their relative leagues. But I think what Messi did in the last few weeks in this tournament have just been phenomenal. I think the culmination was that Dallas free kick, because if that doesn't go in there, this never happened. So anyhow, that's that. The Leagues Cup is in the books. The Arab Champions Club Champions Cup is in the books. Now they go on to the domestic seasons. And let's see how they do. Let's see how Messi does. Let's see how Ronaldo does. And we'll track it. And it's, soccer is alive and well in both Saudi Arabia and the US.
Alive and well.
Party up in Miami. Rahi, enjoy out there. Party with all the locals. Do all the fun stuff. Do all that kind of stuff. And until next time, everyone, keep watching the beautiful game. And Roycito.
Watching. Before I say it, August 23rd, Messi is back for another cup. US Open Cup. Semifinal against the first place team in MLS, Cincinnati. That's going to be massive. They could win yet another tournament in less than 3 weeks.
Appointment viewing, but say it. What we got?
Vamos, Messi, carajo. Ídolo. Vamos, Messi.